Hi, my name is Kristen Carteau. I'm a registered nurse at the PRMC NICU, and today we're going to talk about how to burp a baby. One of the best ways is to put the baby up over your shoulder and just kind of give him a pat. You can also do rubbing if you feel like you can't get the baby's spine straight enough to where he can get that air out from the bottom to the top. And then the other way you can burp the baby is in kind of a seated position. So the baby will be sitting on your knee, and you'll put your baby's chin in the kind of V of your thumb and your finger here, and then you can pat as well as rub the same way. If the baby is too slouched over, you might have trouble getting air out, so try to straighten the baby's spine. That air will come out a little easier. Another way that you can get that burp to kind of move around and come out is by giving the baby a little tilt on the side and back up, and it might move that air around and move it back up to the top. If your baby doesn't burp, you can either just lay him down and come back in a few minutes if you feel like he really needs to have a burp, or you can just lay him down, and if he sleeps and doesn't act fussy, then he might be okay without a burp. But if you want to know how often to burp a baby, every baby's a little different. During a feeding, sometimes a baby can take a whole bottle and be fine with a burp afterwards. Some babies will give you some cues to let you know that they're ready for a burp. Those would be their fussing during the feeding, spitting the nipple out, or just falling asleep and becoming disinterested even though you know the baby is wanting to eat more. So you can then stop the feeding, set the baby up and burp it. Usually the baby kind of perks back up and you can continue feeding. If you're concerned that your baby hasn't burped or won't burp for you, there's no concern. Some babies don't burp as often as others. You'll get to know your baby's personality, but a lot of babies do just at least let out one burp after a feeding. Some babies even will kind of spit up with a burp, and that's okay. That's just a little bit of that milk coming up with the air. If you feel like your baby didn't burp and you lay him down and he spits up, then maybe next time you'll want to try a little harder to get a burp out. So how hard should we pat when burping? You want to give the baby a little bit of a pat so you can hear it. The little bit of movement is not going to do much, so you're either going to kind of rub a little bit or pat quite a bit so you can hear it. You're not going to hurt your baby when you're burping him. If you feel like your baby's spitting up very often or a lot amount of food, you can just talk to your pediatrician about that just to be sure your baby's healthy and growing. And remember that every baby's different, so enjoy getting to know your baby personally, and happy burping.